What's up, family? It's your boy Moses Kumalo, and I'm here with another episode of Everything Above Life. First of all, let me apologize for two things. One, I've been away for too long. A month is a long time. Over a month, I haven't posted anything. And two, I'd like to apologize for the previous podcast the previous episode, because that was not great. When I was watching it, that was not great. I was doing a whole lot of hand movements of standing up or sitting down. I was fixing everything. I thought that would try to make it a bit authentic, but there was no need for that. You guys need focus. You need to hear what I actually wanted to talk about. So I apologize for that. And I'm hoping that I'll do better. I'll do my best to do better. I'm fresh off a chat with my colleague and a friend of mine. Just now, we were listening to the budget increases from the budget speech, basically. And every single year, I'm increasingly frustrated. You know, when they bring this up, you're expecting that it's gonna happen, and when it happens, you're just as frustrated as you thought you're gonna be. So, honestly, it just reignited something, because it's like, we know that they're making fools out of us, right? We know this. That's what gets to me. And they know that they're making fools out of us, because they say politicians are incompetent, they're not aware. Oh, mago cupcake yet. Cupcake magagati. I was not aware of a situation. Like, I honestly, I don't we let them get away with such answer. Like, how do you get away with that? How do you get away with saying that you're not aware of something when you're supposed to be aware of it because you are president of our country? Let me calm down. It's like, you don't care, particularly. They know. They basically, like, I know, like, they know that the country is going to shit, basically. And they don't give a fuck. As long as they get their piece of the pie. As long as they get something, they must get something. Even if they get 5 million, even if they get 2 million, even if they sleep in fancy hotels, they want to get something. And that annoys the living daylights out of me. It annoys me. It's the fact that we are here, we're living in possibly, people always say this, possibly one of the constitutionally, or probably one of the best countries in the world. But here we are with shitty politicians and a shitty government. And every single year we take it. We take it on the chin, we take it on the cheek, we take it on the stomach, we take it on the, listen. It's incredibly frustrating. And these policies that they implement, that they sign off, it impacts our lives, it impacts our loved ones, it impacts our kids, it impacts our families, how we live. This is not they make it sound as if it's the political game. These are people's lives that they're playing with. These are people's lives. It determines whether somebody lives or dies. The policies that they implement, they decide that. They are committing wars against humanity. Because what do you call this? What do you call budgets that are being allocated? Imali yadliwa left, right, and center, and nobody is batting an eyelid. The money that it's supposed to use to make people's lives better, they use it to buy Porsches, to award tenders to all of these people. Iyadliwa imali, iyadliwa. Iyadliwa. And we let them get away with it every single year. I'm complicit. I'm frustrated. As much as I'm frustrated with everything, I'm also frustrated with myself. Why aren't we doing anything about it? You keep saying the government is shitty, but we're not going to do anything about it because because we have this some sort of comfortability, this sort of little lives that we built for ourselves, that we are afraid of losing whatever little that we have. That's true. No, but most people, some other people don't want to lose that. Most people don't want to lose that. They don't want to lose that little struggle that they have to go through. It's not little. It's probably going to be a big sacrifice that they have to go through, so they can sacrifice, so they can make sure that their kids and their kids' kids are sorted for life. One reason that I probably possibly think of the first ones is we're pacified with alcohol. Let me make an example. Abantu abahlala emalokishini bazokutshela ukuthi kunamathaveni ayingaki in the same street. Section in A1, where I used to live, for sure, like I'm not even keeping, for sure kunamathaveni I6 that I can access within a radius of 5 kilometers. 5 kilometers for Iningi. I can take a walk, like I could go outside, go buy alcohol there. I could go outside and go buy alcohol there. We are pacified. We sit there, we drink our alcohol and tell each other how shitty the government is, and we just proceed to drink our alcohol. And I think that is what is pacifying the population. Because if you were to take alcohol away, like lockdown did, think about it. The fastest way to mobilize people, to get them angry, take away something that pacifies them, something that numbs them. Drugs, because alcohol is a drug. Simple as that. People know that. It's been commercialized. I drink it. But the truth is we've been pacified by it. We've been pacified. As long as I have my 2 drinks, life will be fine. I'll complain about it, then I'll sleep. Then I'll go home and I'll sleep. Tomorrow those problems will not go away. And that's the reality of it. As much alcohol as we actually try to drink, it is not going to go away. It's not. The problems that we have are not going to go away by just continuing to drink alcohol. Sacrifices have to be made. And I went on about Facebook as well, people asking them stupid questions. I'm like, what in the actual are you uthini? They're protesting because abakwazi ukufunda. Like, I don't understand. They are protesting because abakwazi ukufunda. Fees are too expensive. Education is a human right, but here we are living in a country that makes education and everything else that's supposed to be top class, say privatized. It's basically been privatized. From healthcare to education to everything else. It has been privatized. It has been privatized because the people that want to keep the money wish for it to be privatized. I mean, the country, like the biggest profits that people have made, particularly from a country, it's the government's failure to do that particular thing. Think about it. It's the government's failure to do any of that. Healthcare, bayadla. Those private hospitals, bayadla. They provide exceptional healthcare. They're being bailed out by what? By the state. I might be wrong. Okay, I might be wrong, but what I'm basically trying to say is that those big companies, the reason they are making these massive profits is the fact that government is not functioning as it's supposed to. It's not functioning as it's supposed to. Public public transport system is a mess. Education system is a mess. If you look at every single sector, it is a mess. Healthcare system, don't get me started. Home affairs, you do not get me started. Public works or department, listen, military, somebody's benefiting from that. It's the failure of government to do something. And somebody is complicit in that. They are making sure they run those institutions to the ground. So they are not governable at all. So the private sector can continue to make money. If there was a concerted effort, the effort yamambele that comes from every single sector, the country would shut down in a day. In a day. And we demand our country back. That's the first way to go about it. And actually take, because the people have the power to take anybody out of government. Do you guys understand that? That laws are there to be changed. The public can simply change the laws. If 60 million people are telling a party of, I don't know how many people, that we do not want you guys in power anymore, then they can do that. A piece of paper cannot tell them what to do. It is their country. It's their birth. They were born in that country. It makes them South Africans. So they can say that we do not want the ANC in power anymore. Or any political party for that matter. A piece of paper does not have that kind of hold over an entire people. It does not. It can be rewritten like everything else. You start over. Past protests have shown that democracies have changed because of that. Countries that were enslaved, because of that, it has changed. We have the ability to do that, to simply say to the ANC, your time is done. We want our country back. And we're going to elect somebody that is going to do that for us, because you are not doing it for us. We are being pacified, because I think if we just simply take the alcohol away, then you would see how angry people are. Then it's easier to mobilize somebody, because now they're thinking about, now they are more, they're thinking as uzibheke emehlweni manje, and akunakuthi uzozipacifya anything, azindawo zimbheke emehlweni, ulala ngazo uvuka ngazo, akunakuthi ngiyophuza utshwala for the rest of the weekend or forget about my problems, right? Tolerate temporary happiness that I actually get, right? That's not going to happen. Into zenzeka usuconfront inkinga zakho usoba uvela ubona impilo iyabheda vele. And it can take just a couple of people to start mobilizing people, because this country is ours. And we elect an individual. We don't, God no, I didn't vote for Ramaphosa, guys. I didn't. But the point I'm trying to make is that an individual who's been selected to lead a country, to represent. We elected an individual that represents the country's interests, that represents the people. That is what a president is supposed to be. To represent what the people actually want. That's why governments were created in the first place. People were placed there, people of expertise. People were placed there so they can shape a country, make it better, make it comfortable, not comfortable, but make it a country that everybody who is home to that country can actually live in. Not survive, live, and actually thrive. That's why government is there. That's why we select those particular people because they're experts and they will put the people's interests at heart. But that is not happening in the politics of the world. It's not. And it's messed up. It's messed up. The fact that I have to come here and criticize a government like this. But criticizing a government is essential for improving things. Criticizing anything for that matter. Criticizing a person, a government, a system, or anything like that. So it just frustrated me. It's just so frustrated that a selective group of people can make our lives such a living hell. I fucking hate that. That a group of people can decide a terrible fate for the rest of the population. That something can be done about it, but are we brave enough to do it? Because that's the big question. The question was, are we going to be the generation that actually stands up and says we actually want what's ours? Because if we truly want better lives for ourselves, we're probably going to have to go take it. That's the reality of it. If anything, if we want to change the status quo of the Republic of South Africa, we're going to have to go take the country ourselves. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Protest in whatever form, in whatever legal form. Taking the country, making it ours, making the government do what we want it to do, what we need it to do. Because if you look at anybody who's minister there, do they have any qualifications for that particular role? I don't think so. It's just somebody who's in government. Hey, listen. Oh, you were some sort of member. Listen, you're going to be Minister of Finance. The person knows nothing about that. That's increasingly frustrates us even more. And the fact that those people are old. Those people are old enough to be retired. Why is it again? Why are we electing presidents that are over the age of 60? As in, frustrated, honestly. Like genuinely, like, once more, I'm frustrated. This is precisely the reason why I never get to think. I don't think about politics a lot because it's frustrating and things that things that can change. And what would it take to change it? It's a lot. It's a lot. So thinking about all of that, it can just make you a wee bit crazy. So sometimes I guess you just need a bit of alcohol. You just need to be so it's like oblivious to some of it, to fully enjoy impila dream. I feel like you just have to oblivious to some kind of things, but at some point, but there comes a time sometimes when you feel as if something needs to be done, and that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Because we're supposed to do something about it. These are our lives. It's not just Angazini, but these are our lives. It's not a TV show. Impiloze to this. And these people are playing with our lives. People kill themselves, people die. People kill each other. Families starve. People die of sicknesses that could have been prevented. All of it is just increasingly frustrating. Those politicians don't care, guys. Don't get it twisted. The ones that are in power right now, most of them don't care. They don't care. They know what you're going through. They are not oblivious to any of the things that are happening, of what the state of the country is at. Where is it at? They know about all of those things. They just don't give a damn. And you can tell when somebody doesn't give a damn. You can tell. You can tell by the way they speak. You can tell by the way they address people. You can tell by the way they read their speeches, the way they're written, the language in the speeches. You can tell that these people don't give a flying fuck about us. They don't. They're not trying to change anything. They're just trying to be next in line to get their piece of the pie. And that's wrong. And that has to change. It has to change. Because we're gonna blink. It's a joke now. It's a joke now. We're blinking 100 rand. Ngathi kuyichoko manje. Cabanga isinko kuyichoko. Coming back from where we actually came from, ukhumbula isinko besisithenga nange 10 rand. 10 rand and 10 betting isinko. Manje ngeke ngizomtshela ukuthi ithenga isinko. The years went by. Sakhuphuka isinko. Zange siphinde siyehle. What reason? Ayikho reason. Well, I found us we're gonna find it extremely difficult to siphile impilo. Maybe situation masifika lapha khane sizo decide ukuthi sizolwela economic economic freedom. Maybe when like masasihlule ukuthenga beer. Yeah, maybe when the masohlule ukuthenga beer ka beer. Ucabanga ibeer, ucabanga maybe that will be the day where we decide that usually ngiyazibala nami by the way, ngiyazibala. Maybe masekunjalo. Mhlambe indoda. Mhlambe amaqanda masawa posta 300 rand 880 mhlambe qalelo mase kuyi 10 rand khani sizotangeke. Akuliwe makuliwe. Maybe if we could not even buy ourselves the most basic of things, maybe then we'll up and with the eye. Simply say pillar. Yeah. We're fucked. It's that simple. We're fucked. Yep. Drink beer while we can. Do what we can. Because soon, it's a joke. It's a joke. But watch out for it. Don't say I didn't tell anybody. 50 rand. I was exaggerating, but I might not be exaggerating actually. 50 rand can uzumanga ukuthi yazini. Sekuyi 50 rand. Thenga isinko siwana 50 rand. Yeah. That's where the country's at. Because we're not brave enough. I think because we have so much, because we have so much to lose, we don't understand that we're losing so much already. Is that we don't want to lose anymore. We don't want to lose anything anymore. It's right, it's because who's puzzled to right man was doing 520 rand, it's puzzled to 500 rand and puzzled every month. Because it affords me the little happiness that I can get, because the rest of the month I'm miserable. Maybe it's a thought process behind the people that think about the alcohol, because I understand. Understand? It's so easy to say what we asidlwe lenkululeko or economic freedom, but and that sometimes ulwela kanjani when you're living from paycheck to paycheck. You are like you are hanging on by a thread, and maybe it's all the more reason to go to YOLO, because you're hanging on by a thread. But yeah, that is basically the episode today. I'm just here to say that we are fucked, and it's frustrating to see that happening, that we are fucked. A reminder, take care of yourselves best way that you can. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. The world still needs you. The people that you love still need you. You still need you. Your friends still need you. So take care of yourself. Take a break when you need to. Don't make work your life, because it's not. It's gonna take so much away from you. Don't live to work, work to live. Love yourself. Love yourself. And you do matter. From your boy, Muzikuman, I say love wins twice on Sundays. I'm out.